Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Cardinals and the Chiefs. All that and more coming up next.
After 272 regular season games, 12 playoff games, one last one on the NFL calendar, and it happens tonight as EA Sports welcomes you to the Super Bowl. One game to decide it all. It's the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs and the champions of the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football. But on the other sideline, you've got a hungry, hot road team that's looking in saying, all right, if you don't take us serious today, we're going to try to extend our winning streak of our own and get back onto this plane and go home with another win under our belt.
Ready up!
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll run with the rookie out of Florida. And his initial touch, good for a couple. It'll be second down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
First and 10. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Let's go now!
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Here we go, Shaq!
Now they'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Ready?
Chance here for the first points of this Super Bowl. First down and goal. Here's a run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Come a little closer. Here's second and goal.
Ready?
He'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He's got his big tight end. Touchdown, Arizona. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Point after try forthcoming. His kick is good. And the Cardinals are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0. "7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He'll start at the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality is it just isn't. It doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, they're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Here's a first carry for their running back. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. Finding room across midfield. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
So, 1 quarter down here on Super Bowl Sunday. The Cardinals have the early edge in this one. And we're back to South Florida after this. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14.
Ready.
To throw is Willis. Going left side down the field, and it's complete. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Let's go.
Willis. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
That is hauled in at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down. Willis now to throw. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
I don't hate the play call. The best opportunity to throw the ball down this close to the goal line is usually on first or second down, Mike. The issue here is the quarterback has to know, if my first read is not open, this ball needs to be thrown out the back of the end zone. You cannot take a sack this close to the goal line. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1 yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually,
he slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The kicking team on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Cardinals offense going to take over now for the second time. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
The Cardinals line up for a punt. And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Chiefs offense and their running back set to go once more. We'll have a short field ahead as they look to break our tie. It is 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They'll stick with him again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now he'll air one out. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Kansas City. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, How long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
The PAT, up and good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
This one, fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Got it. Ready? Set up.
Tight end going in motion here. Now Willis. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
2nd reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday.
Set.
Here's Willis. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on. There was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this 1st half. The field goal unit out here for the Chiefs. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A return now from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
On the set.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we are at halftime here in the Super Bowl. And for the final time this year, we send it to Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you two in just a moment. The halftime show wrapping up. It's just about time for the final half of football this season as we send you back out to the Super Bowl and Mike Tirico.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Chiefs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. Their lead is 10. They go back to work trying to add to it. It begins with first down. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly one play to get our answer.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
Ready.
Putting the tight end in motion. To throw, here's Willis. To the right side here, pass is caught. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches.
Let's go.
They send the tight end in motion.
Ready.
Willis to throw. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, KC.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Cards offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half.
Ready up.
The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon.
Let's go.
See if it starts here. First and 10. Oh, he's got a man running with them, and they connect. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Here we go, set.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things: a highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now he'll run. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Go!
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag.
Set! Set, go!
Back to throw. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. And he's in. Touchdown, Arizona. Now the try here for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Cardinals back within 10. It's now 24-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go!
They'll begin here on the ground. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the second half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the second half and close this game out?
On 2nd down, they run the counter. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down.
Come on, set!
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
And he'll give his guys a little bit more room to work with as he's able to get forward out beyond the 10-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10.
Ready, cut!
His drive will start on the ground, and this will be a Cardinals 1st down as he gets up to the 24.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, You're going to have to do it primarily through...
Into space. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 76 yards. Touchdown, Arizona. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing, Willis. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And Sunday Night Football continues after this. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Throwing is Willis. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job.
Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Cardinals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Ready. Break.
The break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And no place to go, no place to hide. He's taken down behind the line.
Yeah, at some point, you just have to know when the party's over. You just have to cut your losses. I think in this case, he's just trying to do a little bit too much, make something out of nothing, and he ends up being taken back for a pretty big loss.
And that is incomplete.
Got a shot there to take the lead with that big play. He's got an open receiver. He just needs to put it on him. And here in the 4th quarter, those critical plays mean that much more, and you just can't afford to miss open targets, especially downfield like that.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more.
Here we go.
They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Here's 3rd and 7. Willis now to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And that's good work on this return as he brings it past the 25. The Cardinals offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now, 2nd and 4.
Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Let's go. Go.
He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Got it. Ready?
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll drop to throw. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Ready, set.
Here's 1st down.
Set, go.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 6 there. 2nd down. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Here we go. Set. Hut, hut.
They'll stick to the ground. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
They'll run, and this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, well,
And this one is blocked. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So now this team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Ready.
Tight end on the move left. Willis. And he spots his target downfield. Great teamwork on the completion. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
We play to win.
And the Cardinals have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions.
Here we go. Let's go.
Commissioner Goodell up on the podium, making the presentation to the Arizona Cardinals. On top of the world, they are your Super Bowl champions. So that'll do it for another spectacular season of the NFL on EA Sports. For my partner, Greg Olson, and our entire crew, I'm Mike Tirico. We'll do it again come the fall. Till then, so long from the Super Bowl.